On this episode of RC Kicks, we're back working on the Clodbuster, one of my favourite RC cars and one of yours from the view rates. On this episode, we're going to upgrade the servos and improve the steering, so we're taking it to another level. Stay tuned to find out more. Hi and welcome to RC Kicks. On today's show, well, we're upgrading the steering on my highly modified Super Clodbuster. I love this thing and I have thrown stupid amounts of money at it, but on today's episode, we're upgrading it even more. What are we doing? Well, one of the big challenges of the Clodbuster is getting the steering perfect, especially with the four-wheel steer. It can be difficult to really dial out that drifting and crabbing. So the two things you can do, one is you move the servos to the axles, which I've done already when I upgraded the full carbon chassis. Another option was to do that, and having some really decent servo savers as well. But the other thing you can do is really find yourself some decent servos. So I've been currently running my favorite Banggood specials, which is 25 kg ones. For the money, they're brilliant. I mean, I've jumped this and abused it and they're still holding in there. So bang for buck, they are fantastic. But I was lucky enough to be contacted and Reefs RC wanted to send me a servo. And they said, well, test it out, put it on something extreme and really give it some stick. And then I looked at the specifications and I was like, yeah, it looks pretty decent. And then I thought of the Clodbuster, because one of the things that's always a challenge is to get that rear steering working pin sharp and not being too wobbly and things like that. And I thought, I wonder if this could actually do that. Now, going by the specifications of this servo, this is the Raw 500 servo that they do. It's a bit of a jack of all trades. It will do anything. You could throw this into a basher, you could throw it into something like this, or you could even put it into a crawler. So it will do a hell of a lot. And I thought, oh, I wonder if that would be really good to upgrade my Super Clod. So I said, hey, can I buy another one? So I bought one and they sent me one. So today we're going to put two of these big bad boys in this truck. And then we're going to take it for a spin and I'm going to see what you can actually get from these servos. Now, these are high-end servos and they have the specifications to go with it. So let's take a look at what you get for your money. Now, on the back of the box, it gives you all the specifications, but I've printed them out myself here. Now, the thing that really made me think about putting it on the Clod was it's a fully programmable servo. That means you can set all the parameters to suit the style of what you're trying to get that servo to do. And you can change so much in the software. It is a submarine waterproof. What does that mean? Well, you can actually go right underwater with it. Yes, you can't go down swimming with it, but if you drive a crawler through streams and stuff like that, these are what you really want to be looking at. It's got a 6-point seal. So, and being that it's a fully aluminium bare case, brilliant for going in and out of water streams and stuff like that. Now, I don't really plan on doing that on this. That would be something in my TRX4. And between you and me, if this actually pans out well in this, and I'm really happy with it, after we've fitted them and run them, I may actually splash out and get another one for my TRX4, because that definitely does a lot of wading. High torque, high speed brush servo, 4.8 to 8.4 volts. Kind of like that because it gives you the whole range. Now in my TRX4 I run a BEC, but in this I don't. One thing that's really nice is you don't have to run a BEC to get a decent response from these, and I kind of like that. That's another reason why it was leaning towards putting it in this monster truck v just putting it in my TRX4. Before we fit the servos to the Clod, one thing I want to talk about is that you can program these. Now I was sent as well the programming USB adapter where you basically plug it into the servo and then you run a power and then you plug it into a USB, then you download this software. I've actually got the software instruction sheet here from reefrc.com, and then you run the software and you can change some of the parameters. That's enough blah blah blah, let's fit the damn things.
into a wall. I drive away into the night, and I contemplate for a while.
Right, that didn't take very long at all. The servos are at the front, it's very easy, and there's loads of space on this type of chassis, so swapping them out, super easy. Right, the noise you can hear is that I've got the ESC running, the car is actually running right now. Do you want to see what it's capable of? Now, I haven't set the endpoints yet, so I've got to be a little bit careful because the servos are quite powerful. So I'll just give you an idea. Now, if you have a stock Clod, you're going to like this. Are you ready? Yeah, that's a bit quicker. That's a bit of an upgrade. It's like it dances. Look at this. Wow, I am blown away. Anyway, I must set the endpoints, otherwise I'm going to rip the servos clean off the axles. So I'm going to set those, and then we're going to take it out for a blast around the garden. So let's crack on and take it out. Oh my god, that's amazing. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that little jump, and yeah, putting two together was a little bit too high for a Clod, really. I've got a problem where the top comes down and it actually clips the top of the servo mount, which makes it like a banging noise. So I still need to dial in the suspension a little bit, but the steering super fast. That's definitely a step up for me, and it's good to know that they're going to be strong and tough and put up with that kind of abuse. I nose dived it a few times and it actually hits this point at the front, which is right on the servo saver. So yeah, they can take a bit of abuse. There's nothing protecting them at the front for sure. But all in all, good start. One thing I'd like to do now is swap out the chassis for a more racing chassis. One thing that I don't like about this chassis is it does copper wheel quite easily. So when you're trying to turn, it does wheelie. There's no cross torsion to keep that wheel down. So I think a more sort of racing chassis would be my next upgrade for this chassis. But I love the look of it. It does look fantastic, and the way it moves and all the bars, and it's beautifully made. So I don't know, maybe that will be next, or maybe sourcing some metal axles if you can find them. That might be the next upgrade for it. Anyway, I digress, and I'm spending lots of virtual money just thinking about it. Anyway, I'd like to say a massive thank you to Gareth Curtis, who supplied the servo, and I purchased the other servo off him. He's a UK distributor for Reefs RC, and I'll put a link in the description with all the information about these servos. So if you're interested in them, go check them out. Thanks so much. See you on the next one. Yeah, this is pretty bonkers.